let's just sew whatever. All right, who's ready to cut out a math pack? I'm ready. I purchased templates from Tops and Bobbins. Yes, before I've ever made the bag, I purchased the templates. No lie. So I am using all of these vinyls as well as shale clay to make this. So I've got this webbing that's releasing April 15th, and I have this binding that's on the website now, and I was like, okay, I could do solid black. That would be really fun, but I want to have some fun with the front of the bag, so I'm going to piece 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different vinyl. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different vinyls together to make the front panel. So I'm thinking of angling it, but I have to do some math first of the size of the panel. So the main body is 6.5 by 8 high. So I've got 5. Okay. So 6.5 divided by 5. So I want to cut each of these pieces to about 1.75 because 6.5 divided by 5 would be 1.3, and I need to also adjust for seam allowances. I'm thinking I want the stripes angled, so I also need to cut each one to about 9 inches wide. So I'm going to do 9 by 1.75 strips of each one of these. Now, keep in mind we're going to be trimming it down, so there is going to be a bit of a waste. If you wanted to do the front and the back the same, you could make this even bigger and cut it down, but that's what we're going to do. So my templates I sprayed with OD Coat grippy non-slip, it's not OD Coat, ODIF grippy non-slip coating. I let them sit overnight, but yeah, we're just gonna get through some of these scraps. I've got so many, and it's like, you know what? Use them up. All right, so 9 times 1.75 for each one of these. And like, I'm not super worried about the ends of these being straight, but I do want the sides of them to be straight. So there is one. And luckily I can kind of play with the color combos for these too. All right, these are the same. And yeah, I was like, you know what? I want to use up all my scraps. These are all pieces of the accessory weight vinyls that I carry, but you could use any thickness that your machine can handle, truly. So 1.75. And then I'm just going to be using like a 1/4 inch seam allowance to put these together. Or like a 3/8, honestly. So I've used French Rose, Jam. This is the turquoise, I believe. And then I've got Royal Violet. And then a purple. I think the purple is actually a regular Luxe that's releasing in a few months. But it's not too thick. So that's 9. You could also just do like a few colors if you wanted. Yeah, this purple one is thicker, but it matches so beautifully. Look at that. All right, so now I can put them in order. So I'm thinking like yes, thinking like that. Oh, you can't see that. Yeah, now you can. So I'm going to sew those together, but I just kind of want to see, like, it'll fit this way too, but when I tilt it, it'll fit kind of however I want to do it. So, sweet. So I'm just going to kind of sew a couple together at a time. So like those will go together, and these will go together, and then I'll add the others. I can even put like 1, 2, 3. That's fine. Just so I know. Okay. Let me get a project bin going. Always find that to be super helpful as I'm working. Really need to clean up my space before I get started, but it is what it is. All right, and then I'm going to use the shale clay vinyl for the rest. So I need 2 main fabric, 2 lining fabric. Technically, I don't need another main fabric because I cut out of my accent. Oof. Is it time to change my rotary blade or what? Yikes. I also really like the size of the curves on this bag. Like, they're very easy to work around. Alright, so there are my center markings and my gusset marking. And there is one of my exteriors. Alright, strap accent. I don't want all of the hardware that this pattern has. Oh, look at that. Dang, I have some of these already cut from another set of bags, so I'll go ahead and do this, but I wanted to show you a trick I saw on Instagram. I'm so sorry, I don't remember who shared it, but if you cut them to the 1 3/4 by 4.5, there's a little trick of just folding this in half, setting it on the fold, and cutting out those corners kind of by hand instead. So I was like, oh my god, that's genius. I don't know how easy it is with a rotary cutter, but I'm going to try it. You should not cut towards yourself. So it showed it being done with the paper piece where you just kind of fold it. But you want to make sure you've got a nice sharp pair of scissors. And there you go. And I was like, okay. Yeah. Easy. Cool. Oh, throw it on the ground. Okay. Well, I've got one for later. Oh, and another. All right, all right. Just replacing what I took. But you definitely want to make sure you've got a nice sharp blade for this. Sweet. Okay. I don't think it's as perfect, but again, I'm not using the paper piece, so that could be a factor. Okay, so there's my front and my back. Clean this up. I've got my connector pieces, etc. I think I want to use this pink because it looks really good with the webbing. So I'm going to use this for my other pieces. I've already got the back, I've got the front. So we've got our gusset and zipper panel. The main body stabilizer is going to be Decaville Light. You could also use Sofuse Plus or the Fabric Therapy self-adhesive would be a good one as well. It wouldn't be as structured, but it would have a nice weight to it. All right, zipper panel. I'm so used to saying out loud what I need to cut so that I can remember what it is I need to cut. But I can't do that when I'm filming. Okay. I am probably going to add some interfacing to this piece because it's a little, it's a thinner vinyl. And for that, I'm just going to want a 1/2 inch less than all of that. Okay. Ooh, okay, okay. I think I want to do the purple for the bottom. It's going to be so colorful and fun. Okay. Sorry, a little all over the place. So that's 14, and then I just need to add another inch. So what I'm going to do for that is just line this up right there. and then line up my ruler an inch below that line. So I don't necessarily need to get a bigger ruler out. I mean, I absolutely could, but just kind of work with what I've got. So I don't feel like my gusset needs any stabilizer since this is a thicker vinyl now. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that in the bin. Okay, so then we need D-ring tabs. Cut, doing one strap anchor on the side. I think I want to do the 2 strap anchors, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the full width and length for the connectors. And then I had tape over here, and now I don't know if I put it away. I'm going to guess I put it away. But I will make a line down the center so that I know when I get to the sewing machine what it is. I feel like I haven't cut bags out in a very long time. I've had my friend Tammy getting paid to cut for me while I was prepping for a convention, so I'm like all out of sorts. I'm gonna use the purple for the topper, although I could use like the blue or something. It'd be a lot of color. Just because this is a bit thinner of a vinyl, so it'll be really easy to turn. I'm so glad to have a template piece for this shape now as well. I know I had one for the marsupial, but it's such a handy shape. You know, you can make almost any pattern into a sling with that little helpful piece. So the strap topper, I just needed to cut 2 of those, so that one's done. The D-ring anchor is a 3x3. And then I guess I need 2 of these since I'm doing 2 strap anchors, or maybe not. So this gets cut on a diagonal. Oh, I guess not. This becomes both because you fold it in half. Okay, yeah. Great. Got my binding. So I think I've got all of those pieces, the strap end. Oh, I do like to add that. Go ahead. So strap accents is this piece. And I'm just going straight down the cut list, so I apologize if it's like, wait, where are you now? All right. So that is 1.5 by 1. I'm going to do 1.5 by 2. And so this is just going to go right on the end of your strap. I'm trying to think. I think I want my webbing to go straight into this piece instead of having a ton of extra hardware. I don't know. No, I think I'll cut it the way it says. I'm gonna do it. So we need 6 inches of the webbing all by itself for that. And this is going to get attached to a D-ring, or not a D-ring, I'm sorry, a simple square ring. And then we'll have the rest of the webbing. That seems good. So that will be our adjustable strap. I can save this for like a guardian. I said the word guardian. I got really excited. Like, oh, a guardian. That sounds lovely. All right, so now we just need our lining pieces. I'm trying to think if I want to use water resistant canvas for the lining or a waterproof canvas. Maybe water resistant could be fun. Because I think I'm going to use the peel and stick or the Therafuse interfacing. I also have the Lofty. That could be fun. I haven't used the Lofty yet, so let's try it. Try it. So I bought a roll. This is the Lofty Fuse from Fabric Therapy. I think this is going to be really cool, especially since I have the thinner vinyls, etc. So let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. Oh yeah, she's got some thickness to it. So I've got this scrap of purple water resistant canvas. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. I really don't think I'm going to add a pocket to the lining. No, I will. This is the violet color. Microphone is working. I'll go ahead and mark out where we trim that. And we're only going to cut one of the lining to add the pocket. And just make sure you clip those together so you know. So that's my lining for that piece. And now we need to cut our zipper panel and gusset out of our lining as well. And for this, I'm gonna be real lazy. I'm gonna lay this down and not use my ruler. And then we need 2 zippered pockets. And then if you want to make your life easier, you can kind of create a little checklist. I like to use packing tape. And then I can use an Expo marker. Expo marker, where are you? It is such a mess. There it is. Okay. So for our main body, I've got 2 pieces cut from my main fabric and my lining fabric. My main body stabilizer I have not cut yet. My zipper panel, I have cut one from main and lining. My gusset, main and lining. D-ring tabs, cut. Strap topper, cut. D-ring anchor, cut. Zipper pockets, 6 by a measurement. Don't say it out loud. Gosh, she won't learn. She really won't. Okay, so this is my 5-inch ruler. We're good. It's the cutest little pocket. Oh my god. Alright, so we've got that, and then I need my zipper tabs. So I'm just going to cut this 2 by that. And then I like to use my hair clips to keep pieces organized. And I think that's it for the lining we need. You could always add a zippered pocket to the exterior on the front or the back. I thought it could be fun to sneak a zipper into the front quilting, but the stripes would have to go this way for a phone to actually like almost kind of fit, because as it is, like this phone, which is like the iPhone 12 Plus or whatever, like will just fit. So now it's just stabilizer. So it's taken us about 30 minutes to cut out so far, and that's with me being fairly disorganized mentally. So keep that in mind. All right, I'm going to do this lofty foam as my front and back stabilizer. You could use this in combination with Decaville Light, but what's cool is I don't have to turn on my heat press. I can just cut that, peel away the back, and stick it on. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Alright, this is going to sound like a bad thing, but it almost is like a styrofoam, but not. Oh, you can't see that. But yeah. So that's what that interfacing. Oh, this is perfect. Holy crap. Yeah, that's perfect. So I'm going to cut another one out of this to adhere to the pieces after I quilt them. And I'm going to cut one. No. I don't know. I was trying to think, like, maybe I want to cut one for the top of my zipper. But I'm planning on using binding on the back panel. So that's going to give it some structure. And I think this on the top by that zipper would just be way too much. So I'll go ahead and use the regular self-adhesive. That's more of a woven because it'll give it a little bit. I will say this is not my favorite. The woven peel and stick, or self-adhesive, I'm sorry, is not my favorite to use for bag making. Like, I felt like it was more pain, but like for these little things and to cover purse feet, I loved it. But yeah, for like quick little pieces you want to interface that you don't want to get out your iron, I think it is a really fun way of interfacing. Yep, perfect. But yeah, the backing is a little bit harder to get off because it's such a thin interfacing, but I just kind of smoosh one corner in the other direction and it seems to work okay. Throw away the paper. And then make sure you're not stretching it as you stick it down. And you're good to go. So yeah, that just added a little bit extra structure to it. So that'll be perfect. But yeah, that is everything that we needed to cut other than grabbing our hardware. And the hardware we're going to need is 12 inches of number 5 zipper, or 10 1/4 of zipper by the yard and matching pull, and then a 7-inch zipper or 6 inches of zipper by the yard and matching pull. We need anywhere from 2 to 3 1-inch D-rings or triangle rings, 2 1-inch swivel clasps, 1 1.5-inch strap adjuster, and then 1.5 oval or rectangle ring to create that adjustable strap. And then we're ready to get sewing. So I hope you will join me in the next video of sewing this cute little Mav pack up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.